ladies and gentlemen in studio, please help me welcome Kass.
Welcome, 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 welcome. I think she needs to correct the statement and say she shouldn't say I wake up at 5. She must say they wake me up at 5 because I know them.
They're a real alarm.
You know how kids are. Hey, yo, they come jumping on your bed like, you're like, oh, guys, oh, and then you're awake.
And they're my real life alarm, and I'm so grateful for that, because if I didn't have that, I'd be so full of myself.
But you're so blessed though. How many do you have?
I have 3. Can you believe it?
Boys, girl,
I have
two boys?
a 3-year-old boy, a 5-year-old girl, and an 8-year-old boy.
Oh, that is so nice. Yeah. So the firstborn will look after the 2 younger ones.
Yeah, and the third one is just absolutely unplayable. So you can imagine the energies at home. I've got a budding wrestler. I've got a pirate kind of princess, and I've got who says he's a future South African captain. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting life.
Let's talk about Kass's career now. You have been working in the sports arena for as long as I can remember. What got you into sports in the first place?
I was a tomboy, but I never liked sport, which was quite unusual. I never liked sport, but I walked past the television screen and I heard the most incredible West Indian accent commentating cricket. And what was unique about it, it was the first time I'd heard a woman commentate. And I was 14 years old. I turned to my mom. I said, that's it. I found my calling. I'm going to become South Africa's first female cricket commentator. There were no black people anywhere remotely close to the national team. And my mom said, please, my girl, become a lawyer or a teacher, something that it's in the family. We have those people. So you know you can do that. But something very deep inside me made me realize that I've got to chase this, because it was going to be good for the country and that I could start bringing people of my color closer to the game. So I worked really hard and as they say, get ready to be ready to be ready, and I was ready. And so when Gerald de Kock left the SABC, I was there.
Did you go audition?
I did, and apparently I was awful. Isn't that amazing?
She says a parent.
They said I was satisfactory, and I think what it was, I hadn't played the game, so I was this very excited young 20-something-year-old. Everyone thought, yeah, it'll wear off.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Martin Locke trained me, and he said, yeah, you're all right, but they will eat you up. You do realize they will eat you up. So I drove home crying, and I got home, and my family said, but you've never listened to anybody. Why are you listening to someone you don't even know? So I recommitted to the dream. They trained me, and I debuted in the 2003 Cricket World Cup. Once I discovered cricket, it was quite difficult because I was brought up in a community where I think a lot of the people still supported India. And it was quite uncomfortable to be walking past your uncles telling them you actually support South Africa, and they wanted to know why. And that was the moment I claimed my South African identity, because I refused to be what everyone expected me to be because I was part of that community. So I became quite the outsider very early in my life. And I think it was a good thing, because if you do not find your uniqueness of who you are, you will be part of the crowd.
And this was before. Was this before readmission or straight after?
Right there.
Right after
it was
readmission.
Right in the middle of everything. 91, 92. I mean, the country was a hotbed of political kind of just everyone having different views of everything. But I just felt such a deep love for South Africa, and I did not identify. I was never born in India. So I never identified with that. I was born in South Africa, so proud of it. So I found myself as a teenager fighting with everybody.
How difficult was it to step into a male-dominated game in a male-dominated industry and still cement yourself as Kass Naidoo? And what are some of the challenges, especially with your male colleagues, even male athletes, that you came across?
I thought it was an interesting time because it was prior to social media, so you didn't quite get the feedback as quickly as we do now.
Yeah.
Where you're literally on air and they say, I really don't like your guest, and you see it and you think, I should leave. I got emails and I got letters, and it was good and bad, but mostly I had no fear. So I guess that's my advice to people. In your 20s, when you want to run after something, you better go head first.
Believe in yourself, right?
Go for it.
Go for your dream. Yeah.
I'm 39 now, and let's say I got my first opportunity in cricket now. I think I would have been a little bit apprehensive, because you are a little bit more circumspect in your 30s. In my 20s, I was like the Goud train. I was going for it all the time. And I over-prepared. I was all on top of everything. But my first encounter of breaking into the male-dominated world was being given a double-breasted blue blazer and told that that's what I'd be wearing. And I said, well, I don't want to be the next Trevor Quirk. I want to be the first Kass Naidoo. So Mvusi Mbebe said, well, you wear that or tear up your contract. So I tore up my contract. Which is really, I mean, I think about it now and I think, what an arrogant thing to do. But he called me back and he said, okay, fine, you don't want to sign your contract. Well, what will you do? And I said, I understand brands are important and SABC is important. So I went off to Mr. Price. I bought some cheap T-shirts and I slapped their logo on and I said, here you go. And that was the start of this bright and crazy girl on TV wearing red and orange and yellow, because I felt that my femininity needed to be shoved in people's faces.